Tonight, we are witnessing something extraordinary. While the establishment media obsesses over Trump's social media posts, something much bigger is happening. Trump's incoming chief of staff, Susie Wiles, has just ordered all nominees to go silent on social media before Senate confirmations. Why? Well, because they're not playing games anymore. This is about action, not tweets. We're also seeing what the formation of what Roger Stone calls the golden age of American prosperity. But here's what gets really interesting. It's not just about Trump. It's about a complete rebalancing of power. The weak-kneed establishment Republicans, well, they're terrified, and they should be. And patriots, as we prepare for America's restoration, let's talk about your health. Nearly half of all adults in America have high blood pressure, but only 1 in 4 have it under control. And that's why I trust this powerful formulation that helps manage blood pressure naturally. It's packed with white mulberry leaf and cinnamon bark powder, clinically proven to support heart health and balance blood sugar. Visit boostwithgary.com for 40% off during their holiday special. Take control of your health as we take back our country. That's boostwithgary.com. It is linked down below. Okay, so this is just breaking now. We're finding out, Officer Lou posted this, that all of Trump's nominees must stop posting on social media ahead of the Senate confirmation hearings. This is a direct order from the incoming chief of staff, Susie Wiles. Now, I wonder what is the reason behind that? Wanting them to all go silent. And it's my only guess is that because the mainstream media likes to take digs at all of Trump's nominees, and people like to go on X and generate hot takes on the news of the day, that anything that they say could be used against them. She's basically saying plead the fifth, right, on social media. Don't give them any more ammunition so that they could try to discredit you or a position you have. I mean, what's to say they're not going to go back through someone's timeline on Facebook or X or whatever interview they may have given to dig up some dirt, because the nomination process is dirty. We have seen it before. And as we also saw Matt Gaetz, he fell victim to the early media pressure, and he had to back out, shuffling of the deck. And we saw now Pam Bondi, she's stepping into the fray for that position. So I think what Susie Wiles is attempting to do here is just kind of, y'all just shut up for a minute. Enjoy your holiday. Don't say anything that can be used against you, which I think is smart. We got this too from Amuse 2 hours ago. Polling. America loves a winner. More Americans identify as Republicans than Democrats than any time since the New Deal. Trump is already making a huge difference. Get on the bus or get run over, rhinos. Republicans outnumbering Democrats in America. That's huge. Here we have Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about the priorities of the next Congress. Now, as you may have heard, Donald Trump has fully endorsed Speaker Mike Johnson to continue his position. Some people are pushing back. They don't want Mike Johnson to go further. Donald Trump's endorsement obviously holds a lot of weight. But let's hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene has to say.
Working on the budget. Okay, so our top priorities is to get to work passing the agenda. This is the MAGA agenda. This is what the American people told us. They gave us a mandate to do. It's President Trump's agenda that he campaigned on, and people like me, Brian, people like you, many others, how we campaigned all over the country, virtually not just the past 4 years, but you can make it 5 years because we were campaigning for him in 2020 as well. So Congress will come together. We'll be holding committee hearings. We'll have hearings even before he's inaugurated on the 20th. We will be bringing together bill packages. We will be working on the budget that we have to pass. Guess what? By March 14th. Because remember, there was a CR passed just before Christmas. That budget will run out March 14th. And we, the House of Representatives, hold the checkbook. We will have to create a budget that goes through the Senate, the Republican-controlled Senate, and Donald Trump will sign as president. That will happen mid-March. Now, I gave a warning on that, Brian. I said, beware the Ides of March, because we have a very slim majority in in the House, and we have an incredible mandate from the American people. We have to pass a budget that matches that mandate, matches President Trump's agenda, and we as Republicans have to come together and do that in the House of Representatives. I think we can get it done. I'm a big believer in iron sharpens iron, and I'm ready for any kind of fights we have to have within the House of Representatives, but we will deliver for the American people, and we'll deliver the agenda and from the mandate that they've given us.
Okay.
The mandate is real, and it will manifest here. Donald Trump, Roger Stone's been on fire. He's been posting a lot. He posted this. Donald Trump faced down a tsunami of lawfare and the illegitimate use of our criminal justice system. This was at his turning point speech. God, I love Roger Stone.
But Donald Trump faced down a tsunami of lawfare, the illegitimate use of our criminal justice system to damage his candidacy, an endless torrent of lies about January 6th, but he had the grit and the gumption and the courage and the fight to bring his case to the American people, and they didn't buy it. They bought a vision for a stronger, more prosperous America.
Amen, Roger Stone. Here's more about the golden age we're about to enter.
America is about to enter a golden age. It is the age of Trump. It is an age of unprecedented peace, prosperity, security, and justice. This is a testimony to the persistence, to the resilience, to the stamina, to the strength, to the stubbornness, and I mean that in a positive sense, of the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln, Donald J. Trump.
The golden age is upon us, my friends. Here's more.
And Donald Trump and his associates were subjected to the greatest single dirty trick in American political history. That is nothing less than an abuse of power in which the full authority of the United States government and the extraordinary capability of our intelligence agencies were used to utilize what they knew was fraudulent evidence, the Steele dossier, and the false claim that the Democrat National Committee had been the subject of an online hack by Russian assets, and that information had been lagged to the Trump campaign. This is a lie the American people saw through. I was a target in this simply because I am a 45-year friend and supporter of the president. But now when we examine these things, because that is an act of treason, we're accused of being for revenge or retribution. No, my friends, what we seek is a rebalance of the scales of justice so this country can return to one standard of justice, not the two-tiered justice system.
Amen, man. A rebalance. The pendulum is swinging. But yet we have this, posted 23 hours ago by Colin Rugg. Rick Wilson of the Lincoln Project goes on a vile rant against Trump voters, saying they're just a bunch of guys wearing Oakleys with goatees driving trucks around. These guys are horrible. This is the same guy who said that someone needs to put a bullet in the head of Donald Trump. This is the same guy. Remember?
You know, the guy with it's an inevitability that the hyper-populist, non-college educated part of Trump's base, which is the plurality at the minimum, a majority if you take certain arguments, we're always going to be preconditioned to believe that the word immigration or the word visa always in their minds means brown people bad. And so they have this belief that you know, the guy with the GED and his fake Oakley sunglasses, his goatee, and his pickup truck, you know, the universal Twitter bro that you see in every avatar on Twitter, that guy's thinking to himself, oh, well, I could have been the senior software designer at Google if only it weren't for DEI or immigration. It's absurd, but now you see these people that rely on that as a core part of their business, just like Donald Trump does also, by the way. for service staff at Mar-a-Lago and other resorts. You see this conflict. It's going to eventually, the hyper-populists, they don't really care about the more sophisticated arguments about H-1B or O-1 visas. They care around people bad. That's their whole driving conditioning they've had from Fox for years.
Yeah, that guy's totally irrelevant now. He's just grasping at straws, going on, what is that, MSNBC, trying to get his paycheck from those guys, right? Here we have Tom Homan. This was posted back in December 18th, and he was on with Tucker talking about what's about to happen with the border.
Historic illegal California, San Diego sector.
Yep.
But to go from the most secure border of my lifetime under President Trump, based on data, right? That's just my opinion. That's data. Go from the most secure border of my lifetime to historic illegal immigration in one administration. That's by design. That's not mismanagement.
Yeah.
That's by design.
What do you think the goal was?
I asked that a lot. Why would anybody open the border up? I think Joe Biden's the first president in American history who came in office and unsecured the border. I worked for, 6 presidents. Obama and Clinton took steps to secure the border because they understood you can't have, there's no way you can have strong national security if you don't have border security. You need to know what's coming in, who's coming in, where it's coming in, why it's coming in. Joe Biden's first president came in office and unsecured the border. And people ask me all the time why. I think they see a future political benefit. I think they think these people will be future Democratic voters, number one. Two, but we don't even have to get there, right, Tucker? I mean, when Biden signed over 9 executive orders getting rid of everything we did, he also overturned the Trump census rule, where millions of illegal aliens be counted in all these sanctuary cities, which is going to result in more seats in the House for the Dems and the reproportionate seats in the House.
Can that be undone?
Oh, yeah. I think President Trump needs to get, when he gets back in, he needs California saying
disproportionate census results cause redistricting in the House of Representatives, giving the Democrats an advantage. And of course, they also believe those are going to be new Democrat voters. But Donald Trump's about to deport them all. We're finding out this too. Resist the Mainstream 3 hours ago. President Putin has issued a decree requiring undocumented immigrants in Russia to obtain legal status or exit the country by April 30th, 2025. So Putin is, he's on the same bandwagon there. Also, we have this. Just in, Trump celebrates Texas court ruling halting Biden's border wall material sale. Remember that? Yeah, Joe Biden selling off all that material for pennies on the dollar. Well, thank God that has been halted. President Trump responded enthusiastically to a Texas federal judge's order that blocks the Biden administration from selling materials intended for border wall construction. The court also allowed for an investigation into whether Biden's administration violated laws by auctioning the materials. Oh, good. An investigation. I don't think we're going to see any justice from it, though. Trump hailed this as a significant win for national security, ensuring resources remain for future border wall projects. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton commended the decision, emphasizing the importance of using the materials to enhance border security. Some companies that had bought the materials at low prices offered to return them. Gateway pundit the source on that. So that's more good news as we enter into the golden age of America under Trump's rule. 7 hours ago, this was posted. I believe this is a fan account. Remember, in case you are, this is a Tom Homan fan account. In case you are Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, Governor Healy of Massachusetts, Governor Gavin Newsom of California, or another political leader in a sanctuary state reading this, America wants to remind you of something. Harboring an illegal alien is a federal crime. Under 8 U.S.C. 1324, you will be arrested no matter what political position you hold. Anyone in your state needs a reminder? Yeah. Justice is coming. Nancy Mace, it was a quote tweet of Nancy Mace. Harboring an illegal alien is a federal crime. Officials who shield criminal illegal aliens from being apprehended and deported by ICE should be criminally prosecuted. And she just posted that about 24 hours ago. We also have this, Eric Doherty. After the events that have transpired under Susie Wiles' orders, I'm going to trust her judgment on this. Yes, as we stated at the beginning of this report, all of Trump's nominees must stop posting on social media ahead of Senate confirmation hearings. That is an order from Susie Wiles, New York Post source on that. Like I said, they want to make sure that they are not giving any more ammunition to derail these nominations. Here's more from Roger Stone. He says, our problem today is not the socialist screwball Marxist Democrats.
Our problem today are not the socialist screwball Marxist Democrats. Our problem today are the weak-kneed, gutless, feckless, lily-livered, white wine swilling, brie cheese eating establishment Republicans who have neither the guts nor the balls to fight for America.
Oh, I love it. I love it when he says that line, because it's so true. The spineless Republicans who have been the biggest problem in this country, the rhinos. Here's Charlie Kirk posting this, more regarding Tom Homan. When deportations begin, there will be a massive coordinated media operation exploiting the first image of a crying woman or a crying baby. We must be ready to counter it with force. I've been warning about this because they're talking about the mass deportations. The media onslaught is going to be relentless. I mean, I'm sure they are getting all their scripts ready, their talking points. I'll make sure you get them at this angle. They are getting ready to capture the mass deportation and create the biggest media firestorm that you have ever seen. If you thought the kids in cages narrative was bad, just wait until you see when these mass deportations happen. When you have federal ICE agents going head-to-head against local politicians who are going to chain themselves to the deportation centers. Oh, arrest them all. Let's listen to this. Oh, wait. So he says Tom Homan is planning weekly press briefings to tell the American people about the bad guys. We're going to have to cover this extensively to push back on the narratives that are going to be presented to us. Tom Homan, if he's going to have weekly press conferences, the media is going to spin everything he says, no matter what. Let's listen.
There will be a massive psychological media operation run. And we must be ready for this, everybody. It'll be kids in cages with an exponent. Can you talk about, Tom, about how they lie about this, what we should brace for, and how we need to just keep our head down and do the work and fulfill the mandate the American people gave us?
Well, this I explained to President Trump, this is coming, right? The first crying female, the first crying baby. But you know, we're going to enforce it. You know, immigration enforcement has always been controversial. It's always been emotional. I get it. But we're a nation of laws, and we're going to enforce those laws. If you come to this country illegally, that is a crime. I'm sick and tired of hearing illegal aliens commit less crimes than American citizens. Every illegal alien is a criminal.
Yes, exactly right. That's right.
But look, they've already started. Like, I'll share with you, I got numerous death threats against me. I'm not with my family right now. I had them someplace else. And it's because what does Tom Homan want to do? I'm going to come and enforce the law. They're not going to stop us. So the hate's coming, but we need to control the messaging, right? So I told President Trump that what we need to do a weekly press briefing. Let's show the American people who we arrested, why we arrested them. Let's show us where we arrested them, what kind of bad guys we arrested in that sanctuary city.
There will be a massive psychological...
Could you imagine him standing in there at the lectern with big placards that show the mugshots of horrific criminals that they have removed from this country? I don't know how the media is going to spin that, but we're going to do our best to try to assist in countering that narrative. This is what we do here. What else have we got for you here? Oh, we got some more. Speaking of the, Panama's in the news again. The Panama Canal. Well, we have this from Ben Berquam, Real America's Voice, exposing the UN and Clinton Foundation occupying an old U.S. base in Panama to help supply illegal aliens on their way to America. The Clintons are involved.
You want to talk about a real tragedy? It's right here in the canal zone of Panama City. This whole facility used to be controlled by the U.S. government. It was a military base to protect the Panama Canal. Jimmy Carter gave it away, and now it's basically been taken over by the United Nations and NGOs. One of those right here, OIM, Organization of International Migration. They're the same organization that were handing out condoms and birth control to illegal aliens before they came over the Darien Gap into Panama. Rather than saying, stop, don't do it, they said, here's some condoms, here's some birth control for when you get raped on the way. That's how disgusting these organizations are. They pretend to be good, and all they're doing is feeding on human misery. And this entire facility here, almost every single building here now is either United Nations operation. You've got UNICEF on the other side of this building. You've got the UNHCR. Now they have two buildings. That's the refugee side of the United Nations. They've got two buildings because they've had to expand. They got too big for this. And on top of that, you even have the Clinton Foundation out here. These organizations need to be defunded, and they need to be investigated for trafficking.
Okay, he's there on a former U.S. military base, completely handed over to the United Nations and all these international groups, including the Clinton Foundation. Yeah, I think it's time to reclaim our military base and kick these fools out.
Of what the cartel's doing. You can't just blame the cartel. These organizations have to come down to not another dime of taxpayer dollars should go to the United Nations, and in particular, not to OIM. While they're sitting here living in luxury, they're inviting people to put their lives at risk, to put their children's lives at risk, to illegally travel out of their country and head to the United States to break into our country.
That's all going to end very soon. Here's more. We mentioned this. Donald Trump has endorsed Mike Johnson for the speaker role. And we also have this. Roger Stone, man. The guy's on fire. Oh, man. Here he is.
Only yesterday, I read a shocking House report that proved that Congressman Adam Schiff and Congressman Eric Swallowswell leaked classified documents during the Russian collusion hoax in violation of the law, and I have sent a full copy of this congressional report to Pam Bondi. If it's Schiff, flush it.
Well, and also, Schiff has been on that list of pardons. I think Swalwell should probably be asking for one as well. Here's the last clip from Roger Stone talking about peace through strength.
The same policy. Liberals and academics have sought to denigrate the presidency of Ronald Reagan, but he was among our greatest presidents. He returned us to the policy of peace through strength. That is the same policy as one of our greatest presidents, Dwight Eisenhower. This is the policy adopted by Donald Trump. We had peace in the world. We had no new foreign wars because our foreign adversaries understood in Donald Trump they had a tough man who did what he said and said what he would do, and he believed in strength and unpredictability as a deterrent.
So we're heading into the golden age. The battle lines are being drawn. On one side, you have the MAGA movement, patriots fighting for American prosperity, secure borders, and constitutional values. On the other, the establishment Republicans who'd rather sip white wine with Democrats than fight for your rights. But here's what's different this time. Trump is not just coming back to the White House. He's coming back with a plan to drain the swamp once and for all. So here's what I want to know. Okay, the next few months will define America's future. So tell us in the comments, what should be Trump's first priority in office? What swamp creatures need to be dealt with first? And while you're standing up for America first, grab your limited edition MAGA Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Show the rhinos who really owns this party.